Bedtime is usually a good moment for a child. What I experienced, however, was nothing short of a nightmare. Most of the time, children go to bed complaining or wanting to play. For me, night was a complete disaster. Those moments never leave my mind. I don't remember exactly when this happened. I think it was after my family gave me my own room. I was 8 years old. Until then, I had always stayed in the same room with my older brother. He was 5 years older than me, and around those days he wanted his own room. That left me with the small room at the back of the house. The room was a bit small. A bed and a few small drawers barely fit inside, but I didn't mind. Even at that age, I knew our house wasn't very big. My family loved me. I didn't have a terrible childhood. A new bed was bought for my brother. I got the bunk bed we used before. Sleeping alone was a little creepy, but sleeping on the top bunk was worth it. From the very first night, I had a strange anxiety inside me. My eyes were constantly on the lower bunk. It felt as if something was escaping my notice. When I saw that there was nothing below, I pulled the blanket over me. From downstairs, I could hear the sound of a video my father was watching. This eased my worry a little, and I fell asleep. When you wake up from deep sleep with a sudden movement, it takes some time to understand what's happening. When my grogginess faded, everything became clear. Something was moving. I was sure of it. The room was completely dark. The first thing that came to my mind was that everyone was asleep. There was no light, no sound. Then I thought about what the sound was that woke me up. Yes, a creaking sound coming from the lower bunk, as if someone was looking for a comfortable position in the bed. Maybe I was just imagining it. Maybe our cat was down there. I looked at the door. It was closed. Maybe it had gotten in when my mother opened the door. Yes, that must be it, I thought to myself. I turned toward the wall and tried to sleep again. The moment I turned, the sound stopped. I thought I had disturbed the cat and woken it up. Right after that, I realized something. The movements of whatever was there were definitely not like a cat's. Suddenly, there was a frenzy of movement on the lower bunk. The bed was shaking, as if someone was having a fit of rage. I was scared. My eyes filled with tears. I started crying. Like any child, I immediately called for my mother. When she heard my voice, she started running toward me. The more I cried, the more the thing below went crazy. The bed was shaking as if there were an earthquake. I didn't even think about going down. I froze there. Suddenly, the door finally opened. At the same moment, the sound from the lower bunk stopped. My mother was trying to calm me down, holding me in her arms. She was asking why I was scared, but I couldn't even open my mouth. It felt as if it would come back if I spoke. My mother lay down on the lower bunk and said she would stay there until morning. Even so, I barely slept that night. Even stepping into that room felt creepy. It was Saturday. I used to play in the yard with my friends. Among the bushes and big trees, we felt as if we were on an adventure. But even while playing, it was as if it was watching me. Silent during the day, angry at night. When evening came, I went back to the room. I didn't object. After all, I had no proof. At night, it started again. Sounds came from the lower bunk. This time, there was only one word in my mind: ghost. Then I heard breathing. Slow, regular. I could imagine the movement of its chest. I prayed for it to go away. I just wanted it to leave. Then it moved. It wasn't like before. It was cautious, like an animal. It touched the bunk bed, then suddenly it hit hard. I cried. My mother came again. Again, I said the same thing. Nightmare. These events continued for weeks. It never came when my mother or father was in the room. Then one night, my mother was not at home. I lay down in my bed. I believed in God. I was praying for Him to protect me. That night, I woke up and looked at the lower bunk. It wasn't there. It was next to me. I didn't see it, but I felt its weight. I wanted to run. I couldn't breathe from fear. I slowly lifted the blanket. My hand touched it. It moved. It caught me. It had climbed the flat wall, like a spider. As daylight filled the room, I felt my neck being grabbed, and suddenly, I woke up to my father's voice. I was alive. I could never sleep in that room again. Later, my mother and father made it their bedroom. They were able to sleep there for 10 days. On the 11th day, we moved.